It's week 14, day 91 of my full-time chronic pain rehabilitation journey. I'm Jason, and today we're going to talk about how to work through impediments. There's always going to be something getting in your way. First, though, a quick status update. I slept in. I slept in until 11. This was not natural sleep. I'd gotten so sleep deprived from trying to go off my medications that I finally decided that I needed to sleep no matter what. So I used medications as a tool. Before, I was compulsively driven to use sleep medication to sleep at all, to be able to go to sleep and stay asleep. Now I'm using it selectively as a tool and to get me through this detox process. So tomorrow and the next day I will not be using any medications, but I just needed to catch up a little bit so that I continue on my journey, keep working out, and making my videos. Even though I was tired today, you'd think that sleeping till 11 would be enough to get me up and going and feeling great, but I still felt fatigued. I could tell that because when I was in the cold tub today at the recovery center, it was almost unbearable, which is a pretty good indicator of the status of my mind. I am frazzled and still tired and probably need more sleep, but I'm not likely to get it until about the week's end because that's how long I think it's going to take me to get used to not having sleep medications. But the important thing is I did everything I said I would do, even though I was fatigued. Today I had to go to urgent care. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I wrote my video script while I was there. So even though I was doing something else that was unplanned, I was still staying on task and on focus and dedicated to my rehab journey. The tip for today is if something really hurts, there's probably something wrong and you should do something about it. This has something to do with my urgent care visit. I decided not to ignore my own body, and I'm glad that I did because I was able to find some relief, which I'll talk about in a minute. On to today's topic, how to work through or around impediments. As I said before, there's always going to be something getting in your way that threatens your journey, and you're going to have to find ways to go through, around, over, or under it. It doesn't matter, you just keep going somehow. The reason I bring this up is because it's happened to me at least 3 times now that I've run into impediments, things that I thought jeopardized my ability to complete my journey, and I want to talk about what I did to overcome them, and that includes why I went to urgent care today. I know it's frustrating. I've been feeling really frustrated, and sometimes my mind can run away with me thinking of all these worst case scenarios. What if this is the end? What if I can't do that exercise anymore? What if I'm stuck and can't move forward? It's very frustrating and easy to project into the future, but I've been trying really hard not to do that. And the thing I'm good at right now is just doing whatever I can. Even if I can't control myself from catastrophizing into the future, I'm able to move forward and do something, even though I'm not doing everything I want to be able to do. I have a basic formula for dealing with impediments. It is research, consult, and adapt. Research, there's always Google. You can always look things up and learn about them online, which I do quite regularly. In fact, that's how I make a lot of these videos. Consult, I do talk to the professionals that I'm working with, and sometimes even just people that seem to know what they're doing at the gym, and they give me some good ideas. And then adapt, meaning I don't keep doing things the same way. I do adapt and work around or through or under or over any impediment that I do encounter. I have 3 case studies of how I've worked around impediments during my journey, and I want to recap those now. The first is with my biceps tendon. It's a tendon that runs up right along the right side of my shoulder, and it can be aggravated by bench pressing. In fact, that's how I heard it many years ago, was bench pressing too much, too soon. And I'd hoped that it had gotten better, but nope. Once I started doing it again, it flared right up and started to burn. So I worked with my personal trainer and physical therapist, and they helped me to come up with a regimen to make it better. And in fact, it has gotten significantly better. The physical therapist told me about some shoulder rotator exercises that I can do, which I've been doing religiously before I ever exercise my upper body, specifically my chest. And my trainer taught me how to do them correctly, because I showed him what I thought I was supposed to be doing. He's like, nope, correct this, correct that, and I did. And that worked really, really well. My personal trainer also helped me with my posture. So I now understand that I have to have my shoulders back and down in the sockets anytime I'm going to be bearing weight with my chest. So when I do my bench presses, I am in correct form, and it really takes a load off of my biceps tendon. In fact, having your shoulders hunched forward is typically what puts all the stress on the biceps tendon. So by having those rotated down or back and rotated down keeps everything in the right place, and it really has helped a lot. In fact, I saw someone doing a bench press wrong at the gym, and I stopped and showed them what I'd learned and why I thought they shouldn't be doing it that way. I wanted them to learn from my experience and not hurt their biceps tendon. All right, the next case study is the what I called SI joint pain. It's actually a little bit higher than that. It's the L1-S1 facets joint. facet joints, they actually get stuck. And again, here I consulted with some professionals, my physical therapist, my trainer, and one of the gym rats that I'm becoming friends with slowly. The gym rat specifically taught me how to stretch some tendons that on the front of your body that tie into your back. They're actually down near your groin. So when you're doing the exercise to stretch them, it's kind of compromising because you're actually rolling a ball down there. And if someone doesn't see what you're doing, you're really close to the ground. It looks like you're rubbing on a mat in some obscene fashion. So you might want to do that one at home. The other is my personal trainer taught me how to roll out my IT band on each leg with a foam roller, which has also helped to relieve some of the pressure. And then my physical therapist was able to do a chiropractic maneuver to pop the facet joints back into place to get them moving again. And that seems to get rid of the problem. Although I still have stresses down there, I feel like I am learning how to compensate for the stress in my lower back, and I'm able to go back to doing the exercises that I thought I might not be able to do anymore, like the decline squat. All right, the last item on my list is brand new from today, and it's kind of personal and compromising, but that's kind of the nature of my channel. I just share whatever anyway, unless it's really compromising, and I'll probably keep it to myself. But for the most part, I figure it's all fair game. It is a thrombosed hemorrhoid. If you don't know what those are, go look it up, but needless to say, it's down near your butt. The cause is I've been putting a lot more protein into my diet. I even have a protein shake that I drink, and so this increase in protein has one predictable effect that I was not totally aware of how bad it would get. It will cause you to back up and have really hard stools, and that's where hemorrhoids come from. So the solution is to add way more stool softener to my diet so that I'm compensating for the increased protein, because it is really significant, the amount that I'm having. It's like doubling or tripling the amount of protein in my diet in a day, and it really affects my digestive system. So I can't say this strongly enough. If you're going to eat a lot of protein, you better put something in your diet to soften your stools or you're in trouble. And then the other thing I learned today was the problem was kind of acute during the day. I got through it. I did my workout, did everything. I went to the recovery center, and then I went cold tubbing. Cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. Actually, not that exact order, but something like that. Anyway, the hot tub, I believe, is what really set me off. And it was so bad I could barely drive home. I was hurting so badly. I had my wife take me to Instacare and went through some procedures there to kind of deal with this. And I'm feeling much better now. Kind of lamenting that I even shared this example with you, but it is an example of something that would affect my journey, because if I can't sit, there are a lot of exercises I can't do, and if it's bugging me too bad, I might not be able to go to the gym at all. So again, this is just one more thing, and I actually caused it kind of unknowingly, that could thwart my journey. So I think it's important that you apply this formula that I just talked about, the research, consult, adapt, to everything that you do. If I'm probably gonna have to do a few things differently for the next couple days because of the hemorrhoid, and them's the breaks. But again, I'm not gonna stop. I just work around the problem, go over, under, any way that I can to get around it and continue moving forward with momentum. Fighting for your life means fighting with injuries. When something gets in your way, you go around it, over it, under, or through it. Just don't stop. If you find my videos helpful, please pass them along and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, keep fighting for your life.